Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Cheryl. Thank you very much for joining me. Hello. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I don't know why I said it that way. It's like every intro I say differently. Book down. It's okay. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. I'll pick up the books. Nobody panic. It's okay. The books are safe. Urgh. Oh no. Books. You can't see it, but all my books are falling over. Okay, hello. Let's try that again. Hello, everyone. It is currently, what time is it? 7:30 or so in the morning on April 28th. Um, hello. I am so sorry. It's been a while since I put up my last video. It's been about, let's move. I know it creaks. I'm sorry. We gotta move this down here. Okay, so sorry. Um, it's been about 2 weeks since I put out a video. I have been wanting to put out videos. I just I really have no excuse other than I'm working on my writing and I'm finding it also difficult to read and write, specifically read on the computer on my laptop. So writing has kind of been my go-to when I can read. Again, I know I've mentioned this every video, but I had eye surgery. I still have my right eye to get done. I have cataracts. And so until I get that done and until it recovers, which will probably take 2 or 3 months again, um, reading is kind of a write-off for me. I don't do a lot of reading, and audiobooks, I just can't concentrate on these days. I love audiobooks. I love the accessibility it gives people, and, I mean, there was a time in my life where I basically only listened to audiobooks. I'm just not in that era right now. I just want to read physical books, so which is fine. But that said, I haven't done a lot of reading. I've only read 13 books this year, which I know is a lot for some people. For a lot of people, the average reader reads like one, the average person, let me get that straight. The average person reads one book a year. So I'm happy that I read 13, but by now, I mean, it's the end of April. I normally would have read about 40 or 45 books by now. So, yeah. Okay. We're going to talk about, first of all, ignore all this. Oh, let's set a candle. Let's make a candle. Also, I might be interrupted by a little doggy because she will hear me talking and want breakfast. So she might come in. Also, I might get a text from her mama telling me her plans for the day or telling me that Rosie's coming up for breakfast. What am I doing? Oh, later. I totally forgot what I was doing. It's early, okay? My brain meds haven't started working yet. That's my excuse. We've got, okay, so the candle is this one. It's a Yankee candle, which I love. I've used this so much, and it's only that far down. I mean, it's about a little bit more than halfway down. Love it so much. This kind is the pumpkin maple cream caramel. Love the smell so much. I got this off of Amazon. I know, but Amazon delivers quickly, okay? And they have a payment plan where you can like use a for I don't know why I'm pointing with this. I'm so sorry. Um they have a payment plan. So, I'm going to use that. Okay, I got to put the mic down. I know you can clip it onto your shirt. I can't get it to work. I mean, it works, but I don't like it clipped on. You don't care. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Oh, you can't even see it. Oof. Beautiful. You can't even see it really. I'm so sorry. Hang on. Let me move this over here. No, we gotta move it this way. Hang on. Let's. Obviously, I'm not set up for the morning. I just want to do this video real quick. So, oh, I got so much stuff. If you see the empty juice boxes, no, you don't. Okay. I drink a juice box every night for my blood sugar because I tend to go low in the middle of the night. So I have a juice box before I go to sleep, and then they end up just there. Okay, I don't know why I felt I needed to explain that. Oh my gosh, we're 5 minutes in. I haven't even told you what the video is about. I mean, you would have seen the title, but I'm going to talk about some nonfiction books. This is a genre that I don't usually talk a lot about. I did recently do a video on Jane Austen's bookshelf. If you want to watch that, it is on my channel. But again, my throat's starting to croak already. Just wonderful. Hang on. I just have some cold coffee. Okay. I just realized you might have heard me swallow. I'm so sorry. Let's put you over here. No, we're going to put you over here. Hang on. This is a whole mess. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Okay, so I did a video on Jane Austen's bookshelf. Love that book, and I really got into nonfiction. I've started many nonfiction books and never finished them because I just wasn't into that genre. I am now in that genre, so I got a bunch of books from the library that I want to show you. I also have a bunch that I do not have from the library yet, but I want to read. So sit back and relax. These follow some difficult topics, some fun topics, some topics that you may not, that probably deserve trigger warnings, is what I'm saying. So if it bothers you, if you don't want to know about some true crime things, then maybe not watch this video. Maybe I'll do timestamps. I keep saying I'll do timestamps and I never do. Because the video automatically has timestamps, but I'm going to see if I can change it to like say what book I'm talking about at that time. I think I'll do that. So go to the timestamps if it's there. It'll be a list of numbers of times at the bottom. Okay. Anyways, I think you could do chapters actually. Is that what they're? I don't know. I'm not tech savvy, people. You know where to look if you want to see if they have them. But okay, so I recently started binge watching Peg's channel. Peg has her channel, her YouTube channel, her booktube channel called The History Shelf. Wonderful person Peg is. She's wonderful. I believe she uses the she, her pronouns. If I'm wrong, please call me out. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure she uses the she, her pronouns. Anyways, Peg is wonderful. She does wonderful, mostly historical nonfiction books, like about she loves the Civil War and all the war stories and stuff like that, which I'm interested in, but I'm not American, so it's not a big thing for me. Also, she is ex-military or former military, so a veteran. That's the word. Oh my gosh, I feel bad about that. She's a veteran, and so she's got an interest in military and stuff. I don't have much of an interest in that. I do find her insights very interesting, so I do love watching her channel. And I have learned so much about the Civil War and the World War. Um, I think I've watched some of her talk. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. I've heard her talk about World War II as well. She also reads historical fiction as well, and some mysteries. I think she reads mysteries too. Yeah, her and her wife have a playlist where they read Marples from Miss Marples from. I was going to say Miss Marple from Hercule Poirot. No, from Agatha Christie. They read a Marple a month or something. That was interesting. Those videos. Anyways, go check her out. She's wonderful. Check the channel out. The books are falling again. They are begging to be talked about. So we're going to go there. Anyways, I've been watching a lot of her videos, and I've actually been subscribed to her for a long time, but for some reason I never watched them, probably because I just wasn't into nonfiction. And now I am. So I've got some books that she recommended. I've got some books that I found on other people's booktube. So I don't remember who, but that's the only one I can remember. But let's get started. Okay. Oh my gosh, we're already almost 10 minutes in. All right. So one name that was mentioned by Peg, and I'm not sure if it was her or her co-host who also has a channel, I think his name is Bill. I think they do a basically monthly live show together, and they talk about the books they read. And one of them, I don't remember who, but one of them recommended Eric Larson. And so I have heard of Eric Larson before. Um, I never read any of his books, but when they talked about it, him, not it, him, his books, I really got interested. So the first one I got is, I swear I'm losing it. Did I just not get enough sleep last night? My mind, I can't think. Why am I recording a video right now? I don't know. Okay, Dead Weight. I was going to say Dead Weight. Dead Wake by Eric Larson. Ignore the library sticker and the glare of the little stuff they put on it. But Eric Larson, Dead Wake. The D is covered. It's Dead Wake. The subtitle is The Last Crossing of the Lusitania. I am so sorry. Lusitania. I forget how to pronounce it. It's one of those names that you read all the time, but you've never actually said out loud, so you don't know how to pronounce it. That's one of those words. It is a ship. I believe it's the ship that I'm so sorry, that it sunk or something, and it killed more people than the Titanic did, if I remember correctly. Hang on. During World War One, a richly appointed ocean liner sailed out of New York. I'm just paraphrasing. Bound for Liverpool, carrying a record number of children. That's right. I remember reading about this before in another book, but it was a fictional book, but it referenced this. And okay, there was a U-boat that nobody knew about. The greatest disaster, one of the greatest disasters of history. I don't know much about it. I just know that not many people talked about this ocean liner, and everybody talks about Titanic, when I believe this ocean liner crash or sinking or whatever happened was, as you can tell, I don't know much about these histories, okay? I'm going in very blind to them. But I do know that this was the much bigger tragedy out of this and Titanic, but nobody talks about it. So I'm interested to find out why. Another Eric Larson. I just went all hog at the library. I got Thunderstruck by Eric Larson. Oh, right. He's the one who wrote The Devil in the White City, which I have not read, and I'm not sure if I want to. Because I heard, oh, here he is. Very handsome guy. I I forget what this one's about. A ripping yarn of murder and intention. No, invention. I can read. Let's see what this is about. I, I don't like holding my mic. Ooh, there's a map. Ooh, a map. Cool. London, 1902. Okay, there's no synopsis. I thought there was no synopsis on the back. There really is. I swear. Oh my gosh. How many of you were yelling at me to look at the synopsis on the back? It's early, okay? It's not even 8 a.m. I'm not awake yet. Tells the story of two men. Oh, this is about Holly Crippen. Okay. So I'm currently reading a book about Holly Crippen, which I will show you in a minute. He is a very unlikely murderer, and Guglielmo Marconi, I apologize, I got that wrong, I know I did, the obsessive creator of a seemingly supernatural means of communication, whose lives intersect during one of the greatest criminal chases of all time. set in Edwardian London and on the stormy coasts of Cornwall, Cape Cod, and Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia, that's Canada. Thunderstruck evokes the dynamism. At this point, you should be used to it. Okay. Those years when great shipping companies competed to build the biggest, fastest ocean liners, scientific advances dazzled the public with visions of a world transformed. Blah blah blah. The Marconi guy, is um has skepticism towards him, and then Crippen commits the almost perfect murder, which I'll talk to you in a minute. Oh, okay. With his unparalleled narrative skills, Eric Larson guides us through a relentlessly suspenseful chase over the waters of the North Atlantic. Along the way, he tells of a sad and tragic love affair that was described on the front pages of newspapers around the world, a chief inspector who found himself strangely sympathetic to the killer and his lover, and a driven and compelling inventor who transformed the way we communicate. So, okay, so this is really cool because I'm currently reading, we'll get back to that in a minute. I am currently reading Story of a Murder by Hallie Rubenhold. I believe I have put this book on my library shelf before, from the library, I mean. Never finished it, and I'm currently I'm okay, my bookmark fell out. Oh, that's just wonderful. That's just amazing. I'm about halfway through, I would think. Um, and I'm loving it. It's a nonfiction about Holly Crippen. So Holly Crippen is a doctor. Well, he's it's in the Edwardian times, and there were a lot of medical quote unquote breakthroughs that were just scams. And Holly Crippen was one of those scam artists. And he was married to a woman named Belle. And this is the story of how he killed her and almost got away with it. So, it is very well written, really well written, and it's again true story. It happened, and I'm just there's some scenes in this book that really broke my heart, to do with children, um, the choice to have a baby, and I'm not talking about abortion, although abortion is part of this. I mean, taking away the choice of whether or not you want children, um, or whether you are willing to have children. It's a whole thing. It involves I don't really want to give much away, except check your trigger warnings. I'm just going to say one trigger warning, and that is a forced hysterectomy, basically. And so there's that. That was really hard to read. It was very sad, and I do not like Harley Crippen. If I didn't like him before, knowing he was a murderer, I don't like him now because of him forcing his wife to have a hysterectomy. It just, my heart went out to her when I read that. Anyways, that's the only thing that I would say is a big trigger, apart from the fact that he does murder her. Obviously, we know that it's the story of a murder. Anyways, I feel like going back to Thunderstruck, I feel like this is like a sequel almost. It's written by two different people, but it feels like a sequel because this has, I believe, happens as I read the back. This happens after Crippen murders his wife, and I won't say what happens. I know what happens, because I know about the case. Um, this goes into more detail, and it talks very much about his wife Belle's life, which I really appreciate. I like how she kind of gave um, her voice, which was really nice. This one follows Crippen after the murder when he's running away from the law. And I'm just very much looking forward to reading this. Yeah. And it's quite a short book. Let's see, the last bit is all a glossary. I'm quite shocked that Rosie's not upstairs yet. Oh, 399 pages. Well, it's longer than I thought, but still, 400 pages, that's not bad. Also, this book reads very much like a um a fiction book, even though it's nonfiction, and I'm really enjoying that fact. Also, this book was recommended. I watched a video where Meg from Meg with Books, I think her channel is, when she recommended this book. She loves Hallie, keep forgetting her name, Reuben Holt. She loves her storytelling, and I totally agree. I think it's very interesting. When I first started, this isn't supposed to be a review, but when I first started reading it, it felt a little slow, but that was just getting the background, and it was necessary. So I understand why the author did it. Back to Eric Larson, we have one more from Eric Larson. We have Isaac Storm, A Man, a Time, and the Deadliest Hurricane in History. So, yeah. September 8th, 1900, began innocently in seaside town of Galveston, Texas. Oh, I've heard of this hurricane. I mean, it's not shocking that I've heard of it, but yeah. A monster hurricane that completely destroyed the town and killed over 6,000 people. It is the greatest natural disaster in American history. Oh my goodness. That 6,000 people? That's horrible. I'm so sorry, Texas. I mean, it happened more than 100 years ago, but not 100 years. Yeah, 100. I can't talk. Okay. Anyways, oh my goodness, I'm so out of it today. Okay, that is the last Eric Larson book. Then we have, this is another book I've had out from the library before. Never read it. It is The Five by, this is by Hallie Rubenholt. I forgot. This is by the same author as Story of a Murder. This is about the five women that Jack the Ripper killed. And instead of focusing on Jack the Ripper, like many books do, this focuses on the women who were killed and their lives and the misconceptions people had of these women, because Jack the Ripper basically killed those women that he professed were worthless and prostitutes and awful people. And so, not to say prostitutes are bad people, I'm just saying that's how he thought. Okay. Um, so yeah, this is going to be hard to read, but I'm also really looking, not hard as inaccessible, but just it's to know these women were killed in such a horrific way. Like, and we never did find out who Jack the Ripper is. That's the sad part. He got away with it. And okay. We're going to forget that. Next, we have Queen Victoria. This is another book I've had out from the library before. I've read about half of it, never finished it. I want to start it over again. It is Queen Victoria by Lucy Worsley. I read Lucy Worsley's Jane Austen at Home last year. Loved it so much. So this is obviously about Queen Victoria before, during, and after her reign. I'm really interested in that. So, yeah. And then we have, this book was recommended to me by Pig. This is the other books. Oh my gosh. I was going to say this is the only book recommended by Pig, but I forgot about the Eric Larson books. Anyways, this is Cleopatra. This is by Stacy Schiff, I think you pronounce her name, Schiff. It's very dark. You can't see it. Okay. This is obviously about Cleopatra, and I am looking forward to reading it. I don't know much about Cleopatra, so I'm excited to read that. I don't know anything about that author. I do know that I believe it was Peg who recommended it, and she liked that author. It was either Peg or Bill again. I'm so sorry. I don't remember. It was Peg's channel. That's all I know. Also, I'll try and link Bill's channel below as well. I forget what his channel name is. And I personally haven't subscribed to him yet, so I gotta do that too. He's great, but he's the one who talks with Pig in the live shows. Last one is Audrey Hepburn. Look at that gorgeous beauty. This is by Tom Santo Pietro. It has 68 images, including fashion commentary by Jeffrey Banks and a life of beautiful Audrey Hepburn, a life of beautiful uncertainty. I'm excited. I love Audrey Hepburn. I love her story. I know a lot about her life, but I'm hopefully going to learn more. There's a lot of text, but there's also a lot of pictures. There. Lots of pictures. And I think Audrey Hepburn was a big inspiration for a lot of women and a lot of people in life. And she was very much a humanitarian, um, and worked for a lot of good people near the end of her life. And I love her. So I have that. Okay. And that one I just looked up at the library and found it. So some books I do want to read. First of all, I have a question for you guys. Can you recommend me a book about the Tudor queens and King Henry VIII? I would really like to read a nonfiction book about them. I have fiction books about them, but I want to read nonfiction books about them. So if you have any recommendations, leave them down below. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, some other books I want to read. I will put the thumbnails up here. We have a book that I have started on audio, and I didn't finish just because it was too much for my mental health at the moment, and that is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. She is a child Hollywood star turned producer and author now. And she was in iCarly, which I never grew up watching. I have seen a few episodes of it, but I didn't watch, I was older when it came out. And it's about her life with a neglectful and abusive mother. Okay, sorry. And um she narrates the audiobook herself, and she gets very emotional in parts, and that got me because you can hear it in her voice. And I couldn't finish it at the time. I do want to listen to an audio so I can hear her voice. But there's some really hard topics in that book, so check for trigger warnings. There's talk of eating disorders, like a lot of it is about eating disorders. A lot of it about neglect and abuse from her mom, and it was just really hard to read at the time. But I do want to listen to that on audio. I also want to read the Matthew Perry book. I forget what it's called. Put the picture up. The memoir of Matthew Perry that came out just before he passed away, R.I.P. I would like to read that as well. And then I also want to read The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop. She is the lady who played Emily Gilmore on Gilmore Girls. I'd like to read that one. I've heard that was really good, and there isn't a lot of talk about Gilmore Girls in that book. It's more about her life before Gilmore Girls, but I'm really interested in reading that. I'm also interested in reading oh my goodness. There was one more and I can't think of what it was. I should have made a list. I didn't. There was one more memoir I'm really interested in reading. I mean, I would like to reread the Stephen King memoir on writing, because although it had a lot of cuss words or swear words in it, I did enjoy that book. It was really well done. I think Stephen King is an excellent wordsmith. I think he's great at writing the words itself. I don't particularly like his books. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I've never really tried any of his books. I did start to read 11, whatever that title is, 11 something 63. Is that what it's called? I mean, the something isn't what it's called. There's a number. It's the date John Kennedy died. John JFK died. That book I've tried to read and I was enjoying it. So I might read that book, but his horror books I don't want to read. But I think he's a really great writer. So I have read On Writing before. I would like to reread that one. Um, I'd like to read a writing instructional book called Bird by Bird. I forget who wrote that, but I would like to read that. It's about writing and about her life as a writer. I feel like there was another memoir I wanted to read, but I can't remember what it was. Anyways, those are the books I want to read. And these are all of the books I'm currently reading or want to read in the nonfiction era. Nonfiction genre is what I meant to say. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I know my camera was bumping around. I'm so sorry. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great week. I probably won't be doing a video until after May 1st, so happy May 1st. And oh my goodness, get reading, enjoy reading. It is not a race. I keep telling myself that. It's not a marathon. And 13 books is great. And if you've read half a book, that's still great. Okay. Don't compare yourself to other readers. And I find myself doing that, although I'm comparing myself to my old self, my former self with no eye problems. This year is going to be a hard one. This year, it's going to be difficult. It already is difficult for me to read, but it's going to continue being difficult to read until probably the end of the year. And then I might read a whole bunch just to catch up. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. God bless you and all you do, guys. Bye.